Alrighty. Alright, so we last left off. I did some Link stuff off screen. I did all of the bond points except for one. I did Elisa, Millium, Laura twice. I think that's it. Oh, and Gaius. And one thing that I forgot to say about Gaius is that he can learn a craft early by doing his bond point at this point in the story. And that craft is Hunter Wing. I never use Gaius, so I don't know if it's good or not. But it looks okay. Looks okay. I need to get this. But we're gonna continue on. We don't have too much to do. But I'm gonna do the snowboard challenge the best I can. Oh, this one. I remember this. Oh my gosh. That was incredible. How did I get that? Oh my gosh, I got that one. What is going on? Am I going to get this first try? I don't think I got this one first try before. I went the wrong... Oh. Alright, well, we might not make the time. Two more. Yeah, there's that one. Oh my gosh. We got that. Perfect.
I did it.
I did it. I honestly can't believe it. There's a couple times there where I don't think I deserve to get it, but I'll take it. He'll also give you a I think he gives you that one, the purple one for winning that. So yeah, do that. Let's see. Gotta go in here. And is it you? Yes. I'm gonna talk to this guy for a hidden quest. Turn up the volume a little bit for me. It is burning up over here in California right now. A friend of mine in Sacramento was saying it was 100 degrees a couple days ago. It's on fire down here. It's not feeling good. Been sweating all day. Alright. Make sure you pick up this quest as per normal every time we go to or back to Ymir. There's going to be a new enemy in the snow area. There's going to be a new fish. So make sure you grab the hidden quest before you go out to do that. Unless you just want to grind, I guess. Then you can... whatchamacallit. Yeah, I'm making a whole lot of sense right now. Unless you want to do backtracking. I guess we'll just say it like that. Also, I could choose anybody I want. Well, we need to get Fee, Gaius, Laura, Machias. really doesn't matter who else I choose. So we'll choose Sharon. And we'll set up our link and tactics here. Looks okay. Actually, what has everybody got for Master Quartz? Wow, you need this like really badly. I'm really surprised you haven't leveled that yet. This one is bad. Brave is okay to level. That one worked out last time. You have Juggler, that's already at level 5. We're going to be using Sharon down the road here, so might as well give her something worth leveling. Apparently I don't have a whole lot of, so we'll just give you Raven. And again, make sure you fish.
Oh, I could probably
Here's
fish
that
here.
new enemy.
Advantage is ours. Let's finish him.
Here I go.
Okay. Also, as a little helpful warning,
Second form. Damn!
you don't have to do this,
Okay,
but I
it's
recommend
safe
it.
for now.
Actually, you will have to do this. Before you end the day, like before you end the rest day, make sure that everybody is at full CP. Whether you go to the springs or you grind it out, really doesn't matter. Just make sure that everybody's at full CP, because it's necessary. It's necessary if you want to get 100%. Theoretically, you could, if you've been grinding or something like that, you might not need it. But at this point, it's free. All you have to do is go to the hot springs. Takes like 25 seconds. So you'll know you'll know why when we get to that point. Just killing monsters. What do you got for me? Oh, it's so hot. Oh yeah, that was the other thing, is in addition to the 200 CP, make sure your brave point things are at 5 and your overdrives are maxed. Because you're going to want to do as much burst damage as possible.
Not what I had in mind.
It's huge. Like, he lifted that thing up with that tiny little rod. Alright. We gotta fight this guy.
Winds, give us your blessing. Here I go.
Yeah, I'll just termination down you, see if I one-shot you. Probably not. Wow.
It's my turn.
Wow, 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 wow. Looks like I don't need to scan him, so I will forego with the scanning, but make sure you scan him.
I go where the wind takes me.
Ooh, one of those quartz is pretty close to leveling. Oh, and you take me all the way back? Oh my goodness! Didn't know that. Alright, get an effort. Ooh. I got a prankster. I believe these are cooking quartz. Alright, so that's that. So we're pretty much good to go. It's the only hidden quest. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get my CP back up real quick. I'm gonna save and then I'm gonna move on. There's a helicopter. I'll just mute my mic real quick. So I was gonna point out, I don't know what the invite friends does. I mean, I'm guessing. I don't remember that being there. So I'm guessing either you just invite friends and you chat. Yeah, it didn't. Got everybody's CP up, so it didn't matter in that regard. Also, never use this one. This one is like super useless. You just kind of sit there and you're like, I'm gonna wait for my CP to get up when I could just go over there and get it in a fraction of the time. Alright, so as I said before, I'm gonna save. Because now that we have everybody, we have things to plan. And I don't care about the last bonding point. Well, I do care about it. I would give it to Claire or Sharon, but they're I need them to be
Oh, you went up a rank. Here's a little something from the guild.
I got 9,000 for completing a quest. I don't know what quest that was. Invigorate.
Nice
That's
work.
the one I think it is. It's pretty good. The one that restores your mana.
You should be proud of yourself.
There. I was about to say, please give me voice acting. But nope. So, you know, I don't know much about war or anything like that, but when two sides are fighting and you decide that you're gonna form your own third side and you're gonna kind of like get in the way of both sides, you're probably just gonna make an enemy out of both sides. Just saying. So basically, these are all side quests that we'll probably have to do. We won't get that answer for a very long time. Or at least the full answer. Yep, we got Sarah for pretty much the rest of the game. I think there's one or two spots where she leaves, but you are free to level her to your heart's content. I don't know if she takes part in the second to last dungeon, though. So I guess be careful with that. I mean, per the instruction to begin with, you're going to want to level your party as evenly as possible. Because of the second to last dungeon. Which might be the last dungeon. I think it's the second last dungeon, but I could be wrong.
Well, doesn't this look fun?
Oh, look who it is.
Mind if I join in?
How'd she project her voice without being there first?
It's lovely to see you again, Emma. You were finally able to reunite with all of your classmates. I'm happy for you. Really, I am. The goddess was on your side after all, hmm? I'm not far at all. Listen closely now.
I can't hear it. What does it sound like? Alright, everybody outside. What's going on? Ah, it's the Pantagruel.
Isn't that the Noble Alliance Force's flagship?
What's the Pantagruel doing here?
Damn it! I didn't think she'd tell the rest of their army where we were.
But why now?
Why? Because our preparations are finally complete.
Like, why you keep listening? What? That one looks a little bit more real.
Vita, you're here. Yes, I am here, in the flesh. Good day to you all, Class 7. As nice as it would be to finally give you a hug, Emma, I wouldn't want to keep our guest of honor waiting any longer. So, without further ado...
Oh, it's Ordine.
Can't be. Isn't that the Azure Knight? Crow.
Yeah, him too. What's up, Crow? How you doing?
Long time no see, guys. Sorry for dropping in on you like this, but I'm sure you know the drill by now. You ready to have some fun?
Is that really you, Crow?
There's no doubt about it.
See, you damn terrorist.
Come on!
She's still calling him C.
Right! Heed my call! Valimar!
You didn't say the Ashen Knight. Well, you trying to cut corners now? Come on, man. Oh crap. Oh crap. Okay. Hopefully I'm fine.
I'm not gonna lose this time. Because at the end of the day, he's just an obstacle that needs to be overcome.
So lend me your power, Valimar!
Very well. Use my power as you see fit.
You've really taken to piloting since your last encounter, haven't you? I was hoping you would, and you didn't let me down. You boys have so much potential.
Pay attention to that line. It tells a lot more than it reads, I guess.
But potential is only that. Potential. And you, Reen, might want to reevaluate just how many obstacles need overcoming.
Uh-oh. They brought all the peeps. We lose.
This is bad.
Aren't those the Alliance's allies?
Long time no see, kiddos. You doing all right, Fee?
I see the Purple Lightning has joined your ranks.
Xeno. Leo.
Zephyr!
And a few members of Ouroboros, too. Guess all the big guys wanted a piece of us today.
And look, Sammy's here too! Kindly stop referring to Clown Soleus with that bizarre nickname.
Ah, it's such a pleasure to visit this wintry wonderland once again.
Oh, it's a pleasure, all right. The time for my long-awaited revenge has finally come. Now you shall pay!
It's only been 2 days since you first fought them, you know.
This could pose a problem. Why send so many powerful allies here? And all at once?
You've proven to be rather formidable adversaries after all. It wouldn't do to underestimate you.
Oh, look who it is.
Rufus.
Rufus.
I'm pleased to see you all again, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7. As for you, dear brother, I was told that you'd run away from home. It does my heart good to see you safe and sound. So, you've finally gathered up the will to make the difficult choices life set at your feet, I presume. Even if those choices place you in my line of fire?
Yes, I have.
Can't believe he's shown up too.
The Noble Alliance is pulling out all the stops to finally get rid of us, aren't they?
Y'all dead.
Reen, we'll take care of everything here. You and Valimar have your own battle to fight.
Are you sure?
We're in for a real brawl out here, but a guy couldn't ask for better opponents.
Leave the battle on the ground to us.
We've no intention of backing down without a fight. Wait, Sharon!
I know they're all strong, but still.
Well, what do you say we get started?
Here he comes!
Y'all gonna fight in the middle of the town, man? Y'all gonna tear up all the buildings. Kill a bunch of people. There you go. Go fight over there.
I'm impressed. You managed to hold your own better than I expected you to. It's only been a month or so, but you've really grown as an Awakener, Reen.
Well, it's hard to go through the kinds of things I have without growing from the experience. And now that I've done all that, I'm going to be the one who takes you down!
No, you're not. I said you could hold your own, not that you could win. Remember, there's still a 3-year gap's worth of experience between us. And it's time you realize just how much of an impact that gap has.
That's enough, Crow!
Alright, well, those two are dead. McBurn's there. McBurn could probably take everybody here. That's how strong he is.
Do they really stand a chance?
Well, they're putting up a good fight so far, but...
Yeah, it's not looking good. They're outnumbered, for one thing.
Then it's time we lent them our aid.
Agreed. Weapons at the ready, guys.
Always in a rush, aren't you? Stay right where you are. I'll serve as your opponent today.
You will?
Trying to stop us from joining in?
I'd rather our intrusion cause as little inconvenience as possible for the people of this village. I'll let you make the first move. It's been quite some time since I last instructed you in fencing uses. I look forward to seeing how you've improved.
Wow.
His guard's perfect.
Stay alert. Rufus is a master of court fencing. We'll need to put all we have into this battle to even stand a chance against him.
I would have it no other way.
Alright, now you know why, whatchamacallit, I asked you to, whatchamacallit, actually, hold on a second, Laura, swap for you. Okay. This is gonna be a little rough.
Show me what you're capable of.
To my knowledge, this is the first and only time that you will ever be able to fight Rufus. So, make sure you scan him. Also, you need to get him to 50% health, or less than 50% health before you lose, because you cannot win this fight. So, first order of business... who are you linked with? Gaius? No, I need you linked with him. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the item route first. I'm gonna battle scope him.
Try this!
Oh, you missed.
You're mine!
Here's a performance especially for you.
Oh, this is his old one. Does he not have his new one? Oh, his new one's a heal. That's why I don't have him equipped with it. It like reses everybody and heals them, and it's really good. But I prefer the damage.
Audience.
Very well.
Alrighty. Do you have any arts? You really don't. So we'll start off with that first.
Activate.
Okay.
And Fee. We'll go with an attack first.
All right.
And you do the same.
Yeah, there.
This should
There
help.
we go. Hold the body.
Now,
Burst him down.
let's get this over with.
Leave it to me.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so Eustace, you get to go right there. So we'll do that.
My turn.
Overdrive.
Onward. Overdrive. This should help.
Dark Mattering. Looks like we'll be able to get him to pass this 50%.
It's my turn.
Clome Soleus is the name of what's-her-face's thingamabobber.
Try this.
Interesting. Big damage.
Very well.
This should help.
Right.
Come strong.
Everybody just pile on. See if we can get him down to 1 HP.
Finish. Astion. Nice.
My sword slash brings
Treasure these final moments.
explodes.
You're finished. Full speed ahead.
And in case you're wondering, like, oh, you know, Rufus doesn't seem that hard. He is super hard. It actually took me a couple tries to actually get him.
Show your strength. Begin.
Here's his S-Craft.
Win. Divine lightning.
I should have been paying attention.
There you go. He will one-shot you no matter what, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Well, I won't deny that was an entertaining diversion.
I also forgot to let you know that Reen doesn't get to join the fight, which is the reason why I was slightly worried, but I wasn't necessary. So just be careful.
But you do well to intensify your training regimen if you hope to best me.
How is he so strong?
You didn't stand a chance.
He might even be stronger than Sarah.
Are you guys okay?
Hey, you really think you've got time to be worrying about them? You ain't getting out of this one, Reen.
All right, bring it on! It's time to settle this, Crow!
Here we go, battle number 2. Ordine versus Valimar.
Bring it on!
This'll be a tough one. Be careful.
Alright, unfortunately this is a fight that you cannot win. So just do the best, you know, you can. Don't heal or anything like that. You know, just have things go the way they are.
Think you can handle this? Turn! Eat this! Hope you're ready.
Let's see, arms for that stance. Look how little damage I'm doing to him.
Darkness. Clean.
Big damage.
Gotcha.
Also, if what's his face's Eternal Ruination? I don't know if you noticed. Is that really his weak spot? But it sounded like the voice actor wasn't the same for that S-Craft. And then he also said a different line for it as well. Which is really strange. I got an airplane. Hold on a second.
Think you can handle this?
This is bad.
Fall! Let's go!
Alright, we back.
Leave open the way!
We're just putting up a good fight.
Domination!
It's working. Keep it up.
Wow, he gets to go right afterwards. What a jerk. We got him to 50.
Gotcha! Gotcha! Think you can handle this?
Let's see. Maybe you might be able to hold out until the Flame Dragon.
Now! Gotcha! Time! Eat this! Hope you're ready.
This is bad.
Burn to ash. Fall! Now! Gotcha! Time!
If I tried, I might actually have been able to kill him. Well, get him down to 1 HP.
Clean! There! Shoulder the cross of your
Here it
demise!
is. How much damage is it going to do? 50,000?
Gently!
That's like all my HP. Well, that's why you can't win. Because he just one-shots you no matter what.
Settled enough for you?
You didn't even bother to use that trump card of yours.
He wasn't even trying last time, then was he?
Come on. With the way you are now, I don't even need to try. I'll always win.
Soccer?
And that, Reen, perfectly illustrates just how massive the gulf between us is. Maybe you think you've had it tough up till now, but you're gonna need to go through a hell of a lot more if you want to even the odds.
I see the battle here has come to an end.
Oh, hey Vita.
I can't help but feel a little bummed that everything went exactly as I thought it would. Still, It just goes to show how much faith I have in your skills, my sweet Azure Chevalier.
Funny, I don't recall ever becoming yours. How's everything up top?
I think it's only a matter of time before the battle is decided. But we've caused enough trouble for the people of Ymir already. It's about time we brought this to a close. Finestrum Phantasma. Window.
My apologies for not coming down to speak with you in person, ladies and gentlemen of Thor's Military Academy. You know who I am, of course, but I am Duke Cayenne, ruler of the Lemaire Province and supreme leader of the Noble Alliance.
Duke Cayenne?
So even the big guy himself is here.
I must say, what a curious group we have here. I heard as much, but allow me to extend my most heartfelt congratulations. My expectations have thoroughly been exceeded. When I saw young Eustace and Laura in Legram earlier this year, I could never have imagined this is how we would next meet. Oh, I'm sure your parents must have warned you against wandering off with such disreputable individuals on a number of occasions. But I suppose every child thinks that they alone know what is best for themselves. Duke Albarea was simply livid about what happened. But it can't hurt to learn more about the outside world,
Every word that leaves his mouth is condescending.
Did you come all the way here just to tell us that?
Don't be silly, child. Reen Schwarzer. I had this meeting arranged because I wanted to speak with you. Perhaps the method was a touch too garish for something so simple, but do forgive me for not formally requesting an audience.
With me?
With you. Allow me to get right to the point. I wish to invite you, Ashen Chevalier, aboard our flagship.
Huh? Wait, why?
I've heard all about your magnificent exploits across the land. And so I thought it would be nice to sit down and have a long, pleasant chat with you. About the past, the present, as well as your future.
Are you suggesting... You want Reen to join the Noble Alliance?
Should you accept my invitation, we will withdraw peacefully from Ymir. Furthermore, I give you my personal assurance that we will leave this village alone for the duration of this war. A fine proposition, is it not? Are we interested?
Very well. Allow me to accept your invitation.
Don't be an idiot! This is clearly a trap! They wouldn't come all the way out here and take you into their flagship if it weren't.
I appreciate your concern. But trap or not, this might be a good chance for us, too. I think I'd regret it if I let it pass. Balamar, transport Celine back outside.
Are you certain?
Now hold it right there!
Don't worry about me. The odds were against all of us getting back together, but we did it. And I'm sure we can do it again, too. So just wait with Emma for now. I'll be back before you know it. Balamar, if you would.
Very well.
Wait!
Peace. And the story takes an interesting turn. Bet you weren't expecting that.
It seems the time has come for us to part ways once again. But remember this. You're an Albarea. There is power and dignity in that name, to whatever end you would use it. I want you to prove that the convictions you cling to are worthy of your loyalty. Not for my benefit, but for yours.
Wait!
Well met, Lord Schwarzer. It's a pleasure to see you again. Allow me to extend my apologies for the harm my father visited upon this town and its people. We're simply going to borrow young Reen for a short while. There's nothing to worry about. I'm a busy man these days, though, so for now, I bid you adieu.
Reen! Reen! They all finally got back together, too. Why?
Sorry, but I'll be back, I promise. So stay safe.
Reen!
Reen!
I got the toll vault announcement. Woot woot. Celine up there like, how am I supposed to get down from here? And there it is. The end of chapter 1. Woo! Got my 3. Alright, we gonna save right there. And we got plenty of time to move on to the next portion. So let's move on to the intermission and find out what they want from us. They got them tied down. You're not going anywhere. Yeah, I was about to say, this isn't the first time you met him.
Reen Schwarzer. Truth be told, we don't want this war to drag on any more than you do.
Really?
We only acted as we did, due in part to our dearly departed Chancellor's behavior being far too unreasonable to justify turning a blind eye. He garnered the trust of His Majesty, and in turn misused that trust. He flagrantly disregarded this nation's beloved culture and traditions, treating Erebonia as if it were his own personal property. Surely you too noticed this.
Well...
But as I said, the cause of our nation's ills is now gone. Now, all that remains is to turn back the hands of time just a touch, and the good old days of the Empire will be upon us once more. The key to this bright future lies in putting aside our differences and joining hands. Am I wrong?
I'm afraid that yes, you are. Do you honestly believe that people can so easily put aside their differences after all the Alliance has done? You occupied Heimdall and effectively took every one of its citizens hostage, imprisoned the Imperial family. And let's not forget how you're now in league with the enemy nation responsible for the destruction of Garrelia Fortress.
Where's the evidence of that?
After all that, the Imperial army would never bow their heads to the likes of you, even if the rest of the population did.
My word, I'm afraid there's been a terrible misunderstanding. The Imperial family is simply under our loving protection. They certainly haven't been imprisoned. But that does bring me to exactly why I want you to help us.
It does?
The Azure Knight is already on our side. But if we had your Ashen Knight as well, that would mean we'd have two of the great knights of Erebonian legend to put into play. Couple them with our Panzer Soldats, and the Imperial Army's armored divisions would cower before us. You may not find us winning the war ideal, but this union benefits everyone more than carrying on until our inevitable victory,
I don't think it's that simple.
I beg to differ. The presence of Soldats units on a battlefield makes a tremendous difference. What they may lack in firepower and armor compared to tanks, they make up for in mobility and versatility. But more important than even those factors is the psychological impact they have on our opponents.
Well...
We're only human. As such, we are as captivated as we are terrified of giant beings bearing human form. And if that holds true even for mass-produced soldats made with modern technology, it will be all the more true for the divine knights of legend you and Crow possess.
Can't argue with that logic.
I will say it once more. Gileath Osborne is dead. And with his death, all that's left to be done is end this ridiculous war and return order to the Empire. Only then will everything be as it should. That includes both your pleasant academy life and the peaceful days of darling Elise and her friend the princess.
Are you trying to...
Whatever you ultimately decide, their safety is guaranteed. I would ask that you promise him this, if nothing else, Your Grace.
But of course, I'm not a monster.
Rufus.
Does anyone believe Cayenne there?
We may stand on opposite sides of this conflict, but I still sit on Thor's board of directors. And in that capacity, I suggest you consider carefully the choice before you. After all, every soldier must decide for himself whether a cause is worth fighting, perhaps even dying for. I look forward to hearing your answer.
Alright. So now we're aboard the Pantagruel. And basically, we have to decide if we're going to help these suckers or if we're going to take down the ship with us on it. Or maybe we'll throw ourselves off the ledge or something like that. I don't know. But we would kill so many people. It'd be perfect.
All that's left to be done is end this ridiculous war and return order to the Empire. Only then will everything be as it should. That includes both your pleasant academy life and the peaceful days of darling Elise and her friend the princess.
I suggest you consider carefully the choice before you. After all, every soldier must decide for himself whether a cause is worth fighting, perhaps even dying for. I look forward to hearing.
I feel like it's really unnecessary to go back to this dialogue this quickly, because it literally just happened. So I don't know what they're going there, or why they did that. Yeah, what you gonna do, bruh?
Keep racking your brain like that and smoke will start coming out of your ears.
What you doing here? Why you got a picnic basket?
Hey now, no need to give me that look. I figured I was gonna find you busy thinking everything over like your life depended on it. And what do you know? I was right.
Ho ho!
It's tough being popular. If you joined us, I could get away with doing half the work I am now. So come on, stop freaking out about it so much and make a choice. Grub, of course. Kinda early, but I brought you your lunch. Mind if I join you?
Why does he get the green drink and I get the orange one? Those look like fish burgers.
Oh, that kind of food more your thing? Okay then, give me a minute while I go ask the chef to whip something up. Cool. All right, dig in. Yeah, they're called fish burgers.
How did I get that right?
Pretty good, right? Well, glad to hear it. Guess it was worth putting my cooking skills to the test after all. Was my first time cooking in a while, too. Sharon could probably do better, though. But I wanted to give it a shot anyway. This stuff was like soul food back in Dry, where I grew up.
To think, all the time we spent searching for the leader of the Imperial Liberation Front, and he was right under our noses. Crow Armbrust from the Jirai SEZ.
Oh, yeah. Vita was using some weird thing of hers to let you see what was going on, wasn't she? So I guess you saw what happened there.
I believe this is the point where we get to learn a little bit more about Crow.
Yeah, by pure coincidence. It's changed a lot since I was last there, so it was kind of surreal being back again. But it was nostalgic in its own way, too.
Alright, go get your tissues. We got a sob story coming.
Where's the fun in prying into a guy's past? Save all that talk for your number one in class. Who's the lucky girl anyway? Elisa? Laura? Emma? Fee? And don't tell me it's Milliam, because, you know, it... You're really serious. My past really isn't that big of a deal, you know. It's got nothing on yours, that's for sure. If you find yourself thinking that's all when I'm done, well, I warned you. So, you really want to know? All right, you win. Like I said, it's just your run-of-the-mill sob story.
Hope you got your tissues.
Pick up any history textbook and you'll probably find a dozen others just like it. It's the kind of story that's so common no one bothers to remember it, like it never even happened.
I think we get voice acting.
Back in those days, Jirai was known as Jirai City. It was a city-state off the coast of northwest Zemuria that prospered through maritime trade with West Erebonia, Northumbria, and Remiferia. It had a population of around 150,000 people, so it wasn't exactly a big place or anything. Because of that, the surrounding nations left it alone and let us live out our days in peace. We were pretty fortunate, all things considered. Until about 20 years ago. That was when the Northumbrian disaster struck, and much of the Principality of Northumbria was turned to salt. And as a result, trade on the northwest shore was reduced to virtually nothing. Day after day, Jirai's prosperity started to fade away. Still, it wasn't all bad. We had our fishing, our historic landmarks, our septium mines. We could make use of those to get trade going again, both to keep our state running and to help out Northumbria. In fact, the one who advocated that approach was the mayor, my grandfather. He was the last mayor Jirai City ever had. He was a stubborn old bastard, but he had this wry sense of humor, and was well loved by everyone. I lost my mom and dad early, so he was also my only living relative. He taught me just about everything a guy could know. He was like a mom, dad, and your old master rolled into one, I guess. Anyway, fast forward to 10 years ago. Out of nowhere, we received this proposal from the Erebonian government. They said they wanted to extend a railway line from Heimdall all the way to Jirai. We relied on the sea for trade before, but there wasn't any reason to believe we couldn't benefit from being connected to Heimdall by rail. The proposal drew overwhelming support from the city's council, and as a result, my grandfather was forced to accept. Within a year, the city had all of its old life back and then some. The streets were more bustling than ever. But keep in mind, this was the result of huge amounts of imperial capital flowing into the city. Land and buildings we once treasured were bought up left and right. Everything became a target for investment. People only cared about making money. Something similar supposedly happened in Crossbell too, but unlike there, no opposition existed in Jirai. My grandfather sensed something was off, and he tried what he could to get the situation under control. Then one day, someone blew up the railway line leading to Jirai. Everyone demanded that it be repaired as quickly as possible. Everyone except the Imperial government. Instead, they panned our national security arrangements for being insufficient and threatened to withdraw all Imperial capital. The city was left in an uproar like we'd never seen. Shares plummeted, and with no one able to ascertain the culprit's identity, chaos reigned. That was when he showed up. Chancellor Gileath Osborne, in his third year as representative of the Imperial government, personally came to Jirai. We then received a second proposal.
The restoration of the railway and its future security will be seen to by the Imperial Army. In return for our continued assistance in safekeeping, Jirai will come under the wing of our glorious empire and attain even greater prosperity as a special economic zone.
The timing was too good to be true, really. Realizing this, my grandfather staunchly opposed the idea. He tried everything he could to convince the city's council to reject the offer. Unfortunately, once you taste the sweet fruit of prosperity, it's hard to want to go back. The council, made up of influential merchants and all their greed, jumped at the offer. And tempted by the elimination of customs, together with the tax breaks from being an SEZ, many of the citizens did too. And during all that, they'd conveniently found a suspect behind the railway incident. My grandfather. He loved Jirai more than anyone, and up till then, its people loved him too. And yet, virtually overnight, he found himself facing the wrath of both the city's council and the citizens alike. Left with no choice, he resigned from his position as mayor, and Jirai formally became part of the Empire. Both of these things happened on the same exact day. That was 8 years ago. Naturally, everyone knew my grandfather wasn't the one who did it. They knew who was really responsible. They just turned a blind eye to the truth. See? I warned you. Just your run-of-the-mill sob story. One day, he just up and died. Once he resigned, the whole affair with the railway getting blown up was all but forgotten. He lived comfortably in retirement for about half a year, fell ill, and that was that. He just lost the will to go on, I guess. Like I said, he was the only family I had. I mean, I had plenty of friends even then, but I chose to leave it all behind. I was 13 at the time. I wandered the land, doing whatever I had to get by. That was when I met old Cayenne, who happily indulged my hatred for the Chancellor. And with his financial backing, I went out with the goal to find others who were just like me. That was the beginning of the Imperial Liberation Front. Gideon, Scarlet, and Vulcan were among those I recruited. I'd also met Vita then. I only knew her as the woman who had often come to see Cayenne. She guided me to a place below the city of Ordis, and there slept the Azure Knight Ordine. One after another, I overcame the same trials you did with your friends, but alone. And once I'd proven myself worthy, Ordine accepted me as his awakener. That was 3 years ago. I was 16.
Didn't he? Never mind.
My preparations complete, I concealed my background and enrolled in a military academy near the capital. Everything I did for the sole purpose of taking the Chancellor's head. Come on now, what's with the face? You look sadder about all this than I do. I swear. I'm not trying to tell you the Chancellor was evil or anything. Still, there's no denying that he managed to outwit my grandfather. And he may have lost, but Pop's always loved a good gamble. It's thanks to him that I'm pretty good at chess, card games, that kind of stuff. I'd say it's fairly normal for a student to want to avenge his master's defeat, wouldn't you? At the end of the day, there's no denying this country has problems, and the Chancellor's methods were making them worse. I studied those problems, worked out how to use the situation to my advantage, and then won the game with an all-or-nothing gamble. But when you think of how peaceful Jirai is now, I'd say I've got a duty to clear up the mess left behind by my game too, which means ending this war and restoring peace. So it's only when that's done that my game is truly over. I don't want whatever your decision is to be influenced by my past, okay? Like Rufus said, you need to think long and hard about what it is you're fighting for. For you, more than anyone else. Anyway, I think I've stuck around here for long enough. You're gonna be treated as a visitor. Well,
all right,
sort of.
Make sure you clean up your food before you leave.
It's about time for the higher-ups to head back to Heimdall, so go ahead and pass the time however you want.
Heimdallar. That's Rufus's ship, by the way.
There'll be no guards outside your room, so if you want to try and escape, be my guest. Just keep in mind that some members of Ouroboros and Zephyr are on board too. Not to mention me, Scarlet, and Vulcan. So if you're up for a gamble of your own, get ready to take all of us on.
Hey! You didn't clean up your food, sucker! Get back there!
Oh yeah, one more thing. There's this real cute visitor in the guest of honor's room on the second floor. I think she'd perk right up if she saw you, so why not go pay her a visit? Just don't go making your girl jealous, okay?
This guy. I bet he left the burger there too. All right. So now, oh, he did clean up the food. He just, I guess, came back after the cutscene was all over. All right, so we have free reign to go wherever we want, almost wherever we want. But we need to talk to all the passengers on the Pentagrue. So let's do that. I think you have to. Ah, female voice. Who could it be? It's Scarlet. We'll actually get to learn a lot about the characters and their motivations here. And so, I guess, you know, enjoy the backstory. A lot of it is pretty decent stuff. I would say the majority of it'll try to put your perspective on things on its side a little bit. Much like the scenario with Crow a little bit earlier. It will try to give you a little bit of sympathy. See where they're going from their point of view and why they're doing what they're doing. Scarlet's backstory is actually a little more complicated than a lot of the other people. I guess that's what's special about her. And there you go. She gives us a little tidbit. She used to be part of the Septium Church, and she used a Templar sword. We'll get more from her much later. But as you can see, you know, she was, for the most part, just a very nice person. I believe this is V. Yep. What's up, V? He's always gonna be C. I don't remember them explaining that. I remember my first playthrough that they explained it, but in my second playthrough, I don't think they actually specifically stated who shot the sniper rifle. I have a guess. But yeah, I don't think they specifically said it, or at least as far as my memory goes. My memory is pretty poor. Got sweat in my eyes. And so that conversation kind of gives us a better glimpse into the Imperial Liberation Front as a whole. Essentially, there's not that very many members left because they accomplished the task that they wanted to do, and that was killing Gileath Osborne. Now, the ones that are left, they're just kind of there because they're there. They don't have a particular interest in the war or anything like that. Or, you know, maybe a little bit of loyalty to Crow. But yeah, that's a little interesting tidbit about them. That's Albert. I guess there's no save point. I thought there was a save point. I guess not. Let's go talk to Phantom Thief B.
Good day to you, Reen
We want to
Schwarzer.
get voice acting.
Ha ha! Why wouldn't I be? I'm as much a guest on this ship as you are. And who would deny themselves the pleasure of a ship so beautiful?
Oh, this guy.
The furnishings are immaculate. The food and wine are positively sumptuous. And I am of the firm belief that it's wasteful not to take advantage of the opportunities life presents you. Ah, and speaking of opportunities, don't just stand there. Take a seat and join me in having a drink. You've been blessed with the rare chance to sit and chat one-on-one with the most beloved thief of our time. Indeed, there are few even among royals whose palate is so refined as his. Between our shared love of beauty and fundamental difference of opinion on the nature of love, he forever remains an endless source of entertainment for me. Ha ha! That magnificent floating city was quite the sight to behold, let me tell you. Oh, how I wish I could have shown it to you. It would have changed your view of the world completely.
Floating City is probably something that happened in the first trilogy of the games. Something that I don't know anything about.
Ha ha! A thief of my caliber can steal much more than objects, Reen. There. I was able to steal much of your time and your interest. Perhaps I stole your heart as well? Ha ha! I imagine Duke Cayenne would welcome a man like the Prince with open arms into the Alliance, if he so wished to join. To my knowledge, he was always wary of the Chancellor himself. But I digress. I'm afraid not even I know where he is at the moment. However, I'm inclined to believe that wherever he's hiding, the Crimson Wings is there with him. But think, these kinds of things are simply what the great nobles of this country have always done. The War of the Lions, too, was brought about by numerous families of some standing backing potential successors to the throne. Emperor Dreichels, as a late arrival to the war, was a mere exception to the rule. I wonder, does Prince Olivert think himself as the second coming of Dreichels?
One of which is to bring the winds of change to Thor's military academy. A gust of fresh air, if you will. I'll admit, I hesitated to allow it, but I decided to place my hopes in you. We believed then, as we still do, that one day you all will be a great light that can push back the darkness of this country.
Oh, do tell. Ha ha! I'm pleased to hear it. I will be waiting at the edge of my seat to hear which path you choose. Join us, and you'll be warmly welcomed. Naturally, I'm fascinated by you as the Ashen Knight's pilot. But I'm even more fascinated with that brute strength of yours. I would love the chance to see the power of an ogre up close.
And that's the Phantom Thief. I was gonna say something about something that he mentioned, but I totally forgot. That's just what happens.
We got a visitor?
Come on in.
Oh. Leo and Zeno. I guess they get voice acting too.
Figured it was you. Sup?
Have a seat. Bourbon? I suppose not.
Why wouldn't we be? It's not like we're on a battlefield right now. We're Jaegers. Nothing unusual about us trying to cut some throats one day that's sitting in a bar with the same guys the next.
Of course, if you would rather fight with us, that can be arranged.
Hey now, no need to be so pessimistic. Fee seems to think pretty highly of you. Have a little more faith in yourself.
At the very least, you'd be able to give us a real fight in your divine night. Not that I'd have any intention of losing even then.
Huh. Oh yeah? Ranking 72nd for the year in an academy full of big shot students ain't half bad. Brings a tear to my eye to see our little Fee putting her heart into her education.
And don't forget, she was the youngest of her classmates, too. The boss was right when he said that she can do anything she puts her mind to.
You got that right. Maybe joining the gardening club will make her a bit more ladylike, too. Oh, who am I kidding?
She's still young. She has plenty of time to develop on that front if she so pleases.
Oh, Fee told you about that. It sounds like you're closer to her than I thought you were.
I trust this is simply me being paranoid. But you haven't tried making any moves on her, have you?
Well... We had our reasons. Let's leave it at that. I know you want to know, but you're not the one we should be telling that to.
We'll be sure to tell Fee our reasons in due time.
And they do tell us those reasons later
on. Until then, leave the issue be.
Fighting words right there.
Still, we'll remember you said that. Returning to the matter at hand, you're sure you haven't tried to make any moves on her?
Come on, spit it out.
And I remember what I was going to say about Blue Blanc. He mentioned that like the greatest thieves know how to steal the attention as well as, or he stole Reen's time and attention. And I actually really like the thought of that. That's a really interesting concept of a thief stealing such intangible things.
Having to travel to and from Crossbell like this is utterly exhausting. No, I mustn't complain. I'm doing this for the sake of my lord. Who goes there? Wait, you're the Ashen Knight's pilot. Have you no shame? Is it perhaps normal for you to barge into a lady's room unannounced? You and that Arseid are only as bad as each other, I swear. Learn your place!
I don't think you get an option to knock.
So, now that we're understood, what do you want? Have you come to tell me that you'll be fighting on our side after all? Oh, naturally. Lady Clotilde seems to have a purpose of her own. But for my part, I have no obligation to help the Alliance whatsoever.
Clotilde. You you would think that, you know, they would correct that line right there to make sure that they pronounce it correctly, which everyone else is saying Clotilde instead of Clotilde.
I'm simply cooperating because I was told doing so was necessary to the plan. No, she may be an Anguis like her, but my lord is the 7th, not the 2nd. She is the leader of the Stahlritter, the great light which guides us. Gallant yet beautiful, proud yet merciful. She's the strongest knight of all, and oh, she's simply divine. She certainly is. And if you must know, 100 swordsmen of your strength couldn't hope to equal her. No, 1,000, even 10,000 of you wouldn't be able to so much as scratch her.
We never meet her, unfortunately.
I see I've got you thinking. Incidentally, I may have already mentioned her title, but one can never share my lord's glory too many times. She's known as the Steel Maiden. And with that, I believe that's enough idle chatter. If you didn't come to tell me that you'll be fighting on our side, then we remain enemies. As such, we shouldn't be standing here being friendly with one another. Just had to ask. Enforcers are selected by the Society's leader, the Grandmaster. And in order to be selected as one and given a number, that person needs to be burdened by some kind of darkness. But just so we're clear, there is no correlation between having a number and one's strength, alright? I'm quite strong. I'll thank you not to spout such nauseating drivel in my presence. Now get the hell out of my room!
So, we don't meet the Steel Maiden, and we actually never get the Steel Maiden's name, which leads me to believe that it's somebody that we've already met in this game, and that they're keeping it a secret intentionally. And I really can't think of anyone that really fits that. I want to talk to one specific person first. Please be that person. Dang it, I chose wrong. We're not going to talk to that person here. We're going to talk to this person. There was no specific reason why I wanted to speak to Altina first.
Who are you? Who's calling me? Situation assessed. Location is a room inside the guest area of the Pentagrule. 9 hours have passed since initial loss of consciousness. Huh? Reen Schwarzer, why are you here? Unless my memories have been tampered with, I believe this room was solely allocated to me. So you're an intruder then. Clown Soleus. No mercy for trespassers.
Goodbye.
So you claim to have no inappropriate motives for sneaking into this room. But once you walked in, you fell victim to temptation and chose to act in accordance to your desires. I was making a joke. Had you any intention of harming me, Clown Soleus would have attacked you. That he didn't proves your innocence. If that's what you want to do, you didn't come to ask me anything then? The answer to your first question is, I was ordered to do so. As all information regarding Clown Soleus is confidential, I am unable to answer your second question. And as for the last one, I am unable to fully comprehend the depth of your question.
Sucker?
The Black Workshop. That's the name of the place I belong to. It was they who loaned me to the Noble Alliance. Unless you choose to join the Alliance, that is the most I'm able to disclose to you. I can't see doing so holding any real purpose for you.
Incidentally, did you have any untoward motives behind what you just did?
So the Black Workshop, that's another thing that unfortunately I don't know anything about. And they don't really explain it as time progresses throughout this game. At least not to the point where it brings clarity to me. Alright. This is the one I've been waiting for. Can you guess who it is?
Huh? Oh, it's you. Forgot you were staying here too. So what's up? I couldn't give a damn whether you joined the Alliance or not, to be honest. Interesting. You mixed by any chance? What a pain in the ass. So, what do you want to ask? Oh, that? Don't know if I can even explain that one. It's just something you feel. What we've got mixed into us is obviously different in strength and nature. It's kinda hard to put into words. Just watch. There's no trick to it. I'm not using an ornament, it's not magic. And I'm not using an artifact either. I just will fire to appear, and it does. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Something that just gives you results, without the processes you'd usually have to go through to obtain them. You've got one too, right? It's the same kind of thing. People who can do things like that usually have something mixed into them. Something foreign, unnatural, mixed into their body itself. Different to the church's stigmas. Looks like a pretty small part of it in your case, though. There, huh? Anyway, I couldn't tell you how, where, or why whatever it is got mixed into you. Sure you've got more questions, but sorry, I can't answer them. Good for you, I guess. So, we done now? Me? All of me.
Now you know why he's so dangerous. He's Enforcer number 1, and he's, I still maintain that he is the most powerful person in this game. Leaps and bounds. Even in the first game, I don't think there's anybody that's more powerful than him. And hey, there's another person over here. There's also Duvali mentioned the Grand Master. This is another person that we have not met and we don't get a name of for this game at all. And it's also somebody that I believe either is somebody that we've already met or somebody that we will meet. And I don't know who it is, but the suspicious mind in me thinks that it's Master Kafai or Kafai or whatever his name is. Reen's master, the one blade sword leaf school master, I think is him. I don't have any evidence to support this or anything like that, but that's just what I think. I'm actually going to end it here for today. Right before we talk to this mysterious last person. And we'll resume tomorrow with some video games. And yeah, I'll see you then tomorrow, 5:30 PST. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you then. Peace.